Always was, always will be.
Always was, always will be.
Always was, always will be.
I feel it recognises that the First Nations people have occupied Australia and taken care of the land for over 65,000 years, dating back generations.
A powerful reminder to me that my connection to country will never be broken.
Always was, always will be gives me this enormous sense of pride that our First Nations people can celebrate the oldest living culture on the planet, and a real sense of awe in just how that cultural connection has endured.
To me, this year's NAIDOC theme, Always Was, Always Will Be, highlights the existing and ongoing connection our First Nations people have with this land.
It means the heart of our land. That our First Nations people are the very first footprints on our continent, and we have maintained ongoing spiritual and cultural connections to the land and sea.
It is important to embrace and acknowledge the true history of this country. Always was and always will be gives a sense of belonging and connection to the cultural identity of the First Nations people.
It reminds me of the really deep currents of connection to land, family and culture that the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here in Australia have. And even though I can't actually share that connection with them, knowing that they have and maintain that connection gives me a really deep feeling of safety and comfort. And it also reminds me of the responsibility that we all have to look after our planet Earth.
To me, always was and always will be represents an opportunity to move forward together and share our knowledge.
Is a great reminder of the magical connection the First Nations people have with this land. And we thank them for sharing their stories, their knowledge and their culture with us all.
It's a reminder to be proud of my heritage, my culture and our traditions. As the world continues to blend and we grow in the understanding the heritage of communities, it's so important to take a moment to reflect on our own roots and ensure we too share cultural depth in the blended world, that we live in our traditions and tie future generations to their roots while being inclusive to the greater world.
I think it just reflects also, as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, remembering those of past, present and future, but also with those that are young ones coming up. Encourage those young ones, but just making a better change, I guess, for moving forward.
To me, as a non-Indigenous Australian, is to stop and reflect on the beautiful country and land that I live on.
Promotes all Australians to come together to celebrate the history and diverse culture of Australia's First Nation people.
For me, always was and always will be is a wonderful acknowledgement and reminder and celebration and a sign of respect that we all remember that the land that we live on and play on and work on always was and always will be belonging to our First Nations people.
As the world transverses and develops into one, let's not forget where we all came from, who our elder generations were, and what that history has to offer the future.
It's an opportunity for my family and me to learn more about Indigenous language, culture and knowledge.
I think of my parents, my grandparents and all the elders before them. It's their strength and courage that taught me what it means to be strong and hardworking and respectful. It's their example and their stories and their being that give me the strength and a reminder to know that I always was and always will be a proud Indigenous woman.
We as a nation are working together to take care of, cultivate and work towards a sustainable future not only for our people but for our land as well.